In our world, there are different kinds of people. Some do well while others struggle. Some are really smart, others are just average. Some have lots of money while others have very little. Many things separate those who are rich from those who are poor, but one of the most important factors is how they think. A person's way of thinking can either help them succeed or hold them back. Being rich isn't just about having lots of money, it's also about how you see things. Some people have a mindset of abundance, even if they don't have much money, because they see possibilities everywhere. Just changing the way you think can make a big difference in your life. To achieve your dreams, it's not enough to just work hard. You also need to stay positive. Sometimes it's not about the journey itself, but about how you deal with the challenges along the way. Here are some key differences between having a rich mindset and a poor mindset. The first difference: rich people focus on opportunities, while poor people focus on obstacles. Think about rich people and poor people in terms of how they see the world. When rich people have an idea, they focus on the good stuff it could bring, the opportunities. But when poor people have an idea, they tend to worry about everything that could go wrong, the obstacles. For example, when the speaker shares their ideas with others, most people just point out why it won't work. This is because they're thinking like poor people, always seeing the problems and risks. Now, poor people often let fear guide their decisions. They're always thinking about what might not work out, like, what if it fails, or just assuming it will fail. But that doesn't mean you should ignore problems altogether. It's about finding a balance. Deal with problems when they come up, but don't let them stop you from trying new things. Here's the key. If you keep focusing on problems, you'll keep getting more problems. But if you shift your focus to opportunities, you'll start noticing more opportunities coming your way. It's like a simple rule of life. The second difference: rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative or unsuccessful people. First, think about how rich people and poor people choose who to spend time with. Rich people tend to hang out with other successful and positive folks. It's like they want to fly with the eagles, not swim with the ducks. So if your goal is to be rich, it makes sense to learn from these successful people. Study what they do, read what they read, basically copy their moves. They're rich for a reason, right? For example, if you dream of having a successful YouTube channel, take a look at the big channels in your field. Figure out what kind of content they make, how long their videos are, and what style they use. If you follow their footsteps and think like them, chances are you'll get similar results. Now, when people hear this advice, some get upset. They think, so you're telling me to just copy others? Isn't that cheating? But that's not the idea at all. See, nowadays everyone wants to be the next Mark Zuckerberg, creating the next big thing. But if you're like most of us, being more like successful people is a smarter move. And it doesn't mean you're being unoriginal. Let's say you decide to make a summary of the same book I'm summarizing. You use the same animation style and background music. Your content will still be unique because you have your own voice and way of explaining things. Even if you do the same thing, your content will still stand out. And here's the thing. I'm not bragging about myself. I'm just a regular guy like you. Talking about myself helps us connect. If I talked about Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, it might be hard for you to relate. But you and I, we're just trying to get better. Now you might say, but I don't have rich friends around me. That's okay. You don't need them physically near you. You can learn from successful people by reading their books, watching their videos, or listening to their podcasts. They become like your rich friends, guiding you on your journey to success. So even if you don't have them around you, you can still surround yourself with their wisdom and experience. The third difference: rich people know what they want and are committed to getting it. Poor people just want to be rich. Think about wanting a baguette. If your friend just says, I want a baguette, the seller might not know which one to give because there are many types. This is like how some people just say they want to be rich without knowing what that really means for them. It's like going to the baguette stand and not specifying what you want. You might end up with something you don't really like. Now imagine if you knew exactly what you wanted. Let's say a tuna baguette with smoked cheese, but on dark bread with sunflower seeds, no onion, some cucumber and tomato, and toasted. the seller would give you exactly what you asked for. Rich people are like that. They know what they want, and they're clear about it. They don't send mixed messages. It's only poor people who are unsure. The biggest reason people don't get what they want is because they don't know what they want. So it's crucial to figure out what a rich life looks like for you and make a plan to get there. For instance, for me, a rich life means having the freedom to work when and where I want. I want the convenience of taking a taxi whenever I need one, instead of relying on public transport. When I go to the restaurant, I want to be able to choose anything from the menu without worrying about the price. I also want to treat my parents to nice vacations twice a year and help others financially when they need it. Plus, I want the flexibility to wake up late on weekdays, take walks in the park, hit the gym whenever I feel like it, and come back whenever. This is what a rich life means to me, and I have a plan to make it happen. The fourth difference, rich people are willing to promote themselves and their values. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. Imagine you have a cure for a disease. Would you keep it a secret from someone who desperately needs it? Of course not. Similarly, if you truly believe that what you offer can help people, it's your responsibility to let them know about it. By not promoting it, you're actually doing a disservice to others. They might miss out on something that could change their lives. Having negative feelings about selling and promotion is a big roadblock to success. People who struggle with selling often find themselves struggling financially. Think about it. How can you make a good income if you're not willing to tell people about what you have to offer? Selling and promotion are essential skills in almost every aspect of life. Whether you're convincing your partner to choose a restaurant over shopping or encouraging your daughter to study, you're essentially selling your ideas. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm selling you on the idea of watching my video. And you're investing your time, which is precious, in listening to me. I'm not ashamed to promote my video and ask you to like and subscribe because I believe the ideas I'm sharing can really make a positive impact on your mindset. So don't shy away from promoting yourself and your values. If you genuinely believe in what you have to offer, don't hesitate to share it with the world. You might just be offering something that could change someone's life for the better. The fifth difference? Rich people believe I create my life. Poor people believe life happens to me. Rich people believe they are in control of their lives. They're the ones driving the car. On the other hand, poor people often feel like life is something that happens to them, like they're just passengers along for the ride. Have you ever noticed that it's usually poor folks who spend a lot of money on the lottery? They're hoping that luck will suddenly make them rich. Poor people also tend to justify their situation. They might say things like, money isn't important, happiness and love are what matter. But think about it. Is your leg more important than your arm? No, both are equally important. Similarly, money and happiness, money and love, they're all important in their own ways. Another thing poor people do is blame others for their circumstances. They act like victims, always pointing fingers at someone else. Here's an example. I have two cousins who grew up in the same village, went to the same school, and had similar backgrounds. But one is successful now, while the other isn't. Both face the same challenges growing up, but they see things differently. The poor cousin blames the bad education system, poor parents, and the government for his failures. But the successful cousin used those same challenges as motivation to improve himself. He didn't blame anyone. He took responsibility for his own success. Lastly, poor people tend to complain a lot. When you complain, you're focusing on the negative aspects of your life. And what you focus on tends to grow, so you end up attracting more of what's wrong. So if you want to create wealth, it's crucial to believe that you have the power to shape your own destiny. Don't just wait for good things to happen. Take control and make them happen. And remember, both money and happiness are important in life. The sixth difference? Rich people manage their money well, and poor people mismanage their money. Money's like a tool, just like your computer or phone. But many people don't bother learning how to use it properly. Think about it. We spend hours learning how to use our gadgets, but when it comes to money, we often ignore it. It's crazy because we trade our time and energy for money, yet many of us don't bother to learn how to manage it. Rich people aren't necessarily smarter than poor people. They just have different habits when it comes to money. To become good with money, you need to learn how to manage it, just like you would learn any other skill. Saying, "I'll start managing my money when I have more," is like saying, "I'll start exercising when I lose weight." You need to start with what you have. Even if you borrow money, you still need to learn how to manage it wisely. The key is to build good money habits, like exercising a muscle. You start small and gradually build up. For example, if you want to lift heavy weights at the gym, you start with lighter ones and work your way up. It's the same with money. Start small and build from there. The author suggests having 5 accounts to manage your money effectively: an investment account, a play account, an education account, a give account, and an expense account. Put 10% of your income after taxes into your investment account. This is where your money grows. Also, put 10% into your play account. This is for fun activities that make you feel happy and rich. Saving all the time can backfire, so it's important to enjoy some of your money too. By managing your money well and building good habits, you'll be on your way to financial success. The 7th difference: rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. Rich people and poor people both face problems in life. But the difference lies in how they perceive and deal with those problems. Rich people see themselves as bigger than their problems, while poor people feel smaller and overwhelmed by them. The key to success isn't trying to avoid or eliminate problems. It's about growing yourself so that you become capable of handling any challenge that comes your way. Whether you're rich or poor, problems are inevitable. What really matters is how you handle them. Imagine problems as situations. They're neutral until we label them as problems. Some people let problems consume them, while others remain unaffected. How can the same situation be a problem for one person but not for another? It all comes down to mindset. It depends on you. For instance, let's say you lose your job. One person might dwell on it, feel depressed, and complain all day, but another person might see it as an opportunity to start their own business with the free time they now have. The size of the problem doesn't determine your success. It's the size of you, your ability to handle challenges. The bigger problems you can tackle, the bigger opportunities you can seize. Whether it's managing a business, taking on more responsibility, or handling larger sums of money, your growth determines your capacity for success. So instead of shrinking in the face of problems, focus on growing yourself to become bigger than any challenge that comes your way. The 8th difference: rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are poor receivers. Rich people are good at receiving things, whether it's praise, compliments, money, or gifts. But poor people often struggle to accept these things. Why? Because many of us are conditioned to feel like we're not good enough. We grow up hearing phrases like, "That's wrong," "You're not doing it right," or "What did you do?" These statements make us feel inadequate, which makes it hard for us to receive. But here's the thing. It's important to learn how to receive graciously. Instead of brushing off compliments or gifts, just say thank you. It's as simple as that. When someone tells you that you look good, instead of saying, "No, I look horrible today," just say thank you and accept the compliment. The author shares a funny anecdote. When he was broke, he wouldn't even bother picking up a penny from the ground. But now that he's wealthy, he picks up anything that even looks like money. He even gives it a kiss for good luck and says, "I am a money magnet. Thank you, thank you, thank you." So the next time someone offers you something, whether it's a compliment, money, or even a small gift, don't shy away from it. Embrace it graciously and say thank you. By learning to receive, you open yourself up to more abundance and positivity in your life. The 9th difference: rich people play the money game to win. Poor people play the money game to not lose. Rich people and poor people have different mindsets when it comes to money. Rich people play the money game to win, while poor people play it safe, just trying not to lose. Think of it like sports. Teams that only focus on defense and don't go on the offensive struggle to win. Similarly, most people play the money game defensively. Their main goal is just to get by, paying bills and surviving. But here's the thing. If your only goal is to have enough money to cover your bills, that's all you'll ever achieve. Just enough to get by. Your intention matters a lot when it comes to money. If you aim low, you'll only reach that level. But if you aim high, even if you don't quite reach your ultimate goal, you'll still end up better off than if you aim low. For example, If your goal is just to be comfortable, you probably won't ever become rich. But if your goal is to be rich, you'll likely end up comfortable along the way. So don't settle for just getting by. Aim high, shoot for the stars, and even if you don't reach your ultimate goal of becoming rich, you'll still end up in a much better place than if you had aimed low. The 10th difference: rich people have their money work hard for them. Poor people work hard for their money. Rich people have a different approach to money compared to poor people. They make their money work hard for them, while poor people work hard for their money. Rich people understand that working hard for money is only temporary. They believe that once they put in the initial effort, their money can start working for them. They know that the more their money works, the less they have to work. The ultimate goal is to achieve financial freedom, the ability to live the lifestyle you want without having to work for money or rely on anyone else for it. Financial freedom is possible through passive income, which is income you earn without actively working for it. You become financially free when your passive income exceeds your expenses. Many people confuse being rich with being financially free. They think you need to be rich first, but that's not true. Financial freedom is the easier and faster goal to achieve. It's like climbing a ladder with only 10 steps versus one with 1,000 steps. Financial freedom is the shorter ladder, while becoming rich is the longer one. Start by aiming for financial freedom, and once you achieve it, you can focus on becoming rich. Ecker shares an example of a student who realized she could achieve financial freedom by renting out her flat and moving to a cheaper place. Her rental income covered all her expenses, allowing her to be financially free. Only then did she start building her business to become rich. There are two main sources of passive income: money working for you and business working for you. Money working for you includes investment earnings from assets like stocks, bonds, or real estate that appreciate in value. Business working for you involves generating ongoing income from businesses that operate without your direct involvement. In summary, rich people prioritize making their money work for them to achieve financial freedom, which allows them to live the life they desire without relying on a paycheck. They focus on creating passive income through investments or businesses that operate without their constant attention. The 11th difference: rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. When it comes to money, most people focus on how much they earn from their job. They ask questions like, "How much do you make?" But rich people have a different mindset. They focus on their net worth, not just their working income. So what exactly is net worth? It's a measure of your overall wealth. To calculate it, you add up the value of everything you own, like cash, investments, like stocks and bonds, real estate, the value of your business if you have one, and even the value of your home if you own it. Then you subtract everything you owe, like debts or loans. Net worth is important because it shows how much you truly own and could turn into cash if needed. Now, here's a simple exercise you can do to track your net worth. Draw a vertical line on a piece of paper. At the bottom, write 0, and at the top, write your desired net worth. Let's say $1 million. Then mark where your current net worth falls on this line. This exercise helps you see how far you are from your goal and track your progress over time. You can update this line regularly, like every month or quarter, to see how you're doing. Even if you're starting at 0 or even in debt, it's still helpful to do this exercise because what gets tracked gets improved. By focusing on your net worth and setting goals, you can work towards building wealth and achieving financial security. Difference 12. Rich people act despite fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Rich people and poor people have different attitudes towards fear. Rich people act despite their fears, while poor people let fear hold them back. According to the manifestation formula discussed in the book, our thoughts lead to feelings, which then drive our actions, ultimately leading to results. For example, if you think about a donut, you might start craving it, leading you to go buy one. If this pattern repeats, you might gain weight. The key here is action. It's the bridge between our thoughts and feelings and the results we see in the outer world. Many people read self-help books with the goal of becoming rich, but they fail to take action on what they learn. Simply reading isn't enough. You have to apply what you've learned in real life. It's like admiring someone's picture on social media instead of talking to them in person. Fear, doubt, and worry often hold us back from taking action. But here's the thing. The rich are willing to act despite feeling fear or discomfort. They understand that growth and success often come from stepping outside of their comfort zone. Poor people, on the other hand, let fear stop them in their tracks. They prefer to stay comfortable, even if it means missing out on opportunities for growth and success. Fear is a creation of the mind. Our minds are wired to detect and magnify fears, often creating elaborate scenarios to keep us safe. But training and managing our minds is crucial for overcoming these fears. Techniques like meditation and reading books on mindfulness can help us gain control over our minds and push past our fears. In summary, rich people understand the importance of taking action despite fear, while poor people let fear hold them back. By managing our minds and stepping out of our comfort zones, we can overcome fear and achieve success. Difference 13. Rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. The author, Ecker, emphasizes that the most dangerous phrase you can say is, "I know that." But how do you truly know something? The answer is simple. If you live it, you know it. In other words, if you've experienced it firsthand, then you truly understand it. Otherwise, if you've just heard about it or read about it, you might think you know it, but you don't truly understand it. If you're not as successful or wealthy as you want to be, it's a sign that there's still more for you to learn. There's always room for growth and improvement, especially when it comes to money, success, and life in general. If you keep doing the same things you've always done, you'll keep getting the same results. So it's important to be open to learning new things and trying new approaches if you want to achieve greater success and wealth. Difference 14. Rich people think big, poor people think small. Think about the last time you went grocery shopping. Did you spend a lot of time trying to save a few cents here and there? Maybe you went to multiple stores just to find the cheapest prices, or you waited in long lines for freebies. If you did, it's a sign of a poor person's mentality, according to the author. Now, saving money is important, but rich people approach it differently. They understand the value of their time. So while saving a few cents might seem like a good idea in the moment, rich people focus on activities that have a much bigger impact on their wealth. For example, instead of spending an hour to save 60 cents on oranges, rich people would use that hour to brainstorm new ideas or work on projects that could potentially earn them thousands of dollars. They prioritize activities that have a higher return on investment for their time. In essence, rich people don't sweat the small stuff. They think big and focus on activities that have a significant impact on their wealth and success, rather than getting caught up in minor savings or freebies. Difference 15. Rich people choose to get paid based on the results they deliver, while poor people often opt for getting paid based on the time they spend working. Imagine you're buying a product. You don't care how much effort the seller put into making it. All you care about is if it meets your needs and expectations. Similarly, customers don't care how much time you spent working on something. They care about the quality of the result. For example, if I make a video, you don't care how many hours I spent filming and editing it. All that matters to you is if the video is engaging and informative. If it is, you'll keep watching. If not, you'll find something else to watch. Rich people understand this principle. They focus on delivering results because they know that's what truly matters to their customers or clients. They believe in their ability to produce valuable outcomes, so they prefer to be compensated based on the results they achieve. On the other hand, poor people often rely on steady salaries or hourly wages because they may not have as much confidence in their ability to deliver results. They feel more secure knowing they'll get paid regardless of the outcome. In essence, rich people prioritize delivering valuable results over putting in a certain number of hours, while poor people may prefer the stability of a steady paycheck. Difference 16. Rich people tend to believe they can have both options, while poor people often feel they must choose one or the other. Poor individuals often think there's not enough to go around, leading them to believe in scarcity. In contrast, rich individuals see abundance and believe there's plenty for everyone. For example, when faced with decisions like having a successful career or a close family, rich people believe they can achieve both simultaneously. They see life as an endless buffet where there's always more to enjoy. Poor people, however, might feel they have to pick one over the other, viewing life as a limited cake where each slice taken means less for others. Moreover, poor people may think they have to sacrifice money for happiness or other aspects of life. But the reality is you can have both. Money isn't inherently evil, as some believe. It simply magnifies the qualities you already possess. If you're kind-hearted, wealth allows you to be even more generous. Conversely, if you're unkind, money might amplify negative traits. In essence, the difference lies in mindset. Rich people see opportunities as abundant and believe in having it all, while poor people often feel limited and constrained by scarcity. Difference 17. Rich people admire other rich and successful people. Poor people resent rich and successful people. Some people who have a lot of money like to be around others who are also rich and successful. But some people who don't have much money might feel upset or jealous when they see rich and successful people. Back in high school, there was this really wealthy guy who lived nearby. Whenever he drove his fancy new car through our neighborhood, I heard lots of gossip about how he lived such a luxurious life. When I asked people what he did for a living, nobody knew for sure, but many thought he must be up to something shady and bad. Years later, during my internship, I got to chat with this guy. Turns out, he grew up poor, and that inspired him to work really hard. Eventually, he became a CEO. Getting to know him and hearing his story made me realize that some poor people might feel bitter or jealous when they see others succeed. Difference 18. Rich people value self-improvement and personal development, while poor people resist change and remain stagnant. Rich individuals understand that continuous growth and learning are essential for success in a rapidly evolving world. They invest in books, courses, mentors, and experiences that expand their knowledge and skills. Conversely, poor people often resist stepping out of their comfort zones, clinging to familiar routines and beliefs, which limits their opportunities for advancement. If you found this video even a little helpful, please remember to click the like button. It really helps my channel and encourages me to make more summaries of books. Thanks for watching.